Hi, Shin Horn again. Somebody already reached out and asked if I do a quick video, try to keep your knees healthy. As you know, platform tennis puts a lot of wear and tear on your knees. So just a couple quick things that you can look at diagnostically to see if you can, if your knees are going to be in good shape for the season. For starters, a lot of people come into the clinic, their knee is hurting not because of the direct impact to the knee necessarily, but because it's a bottom-up issue, problem with the ankles, or a top-down issue, a problem with the hip. So one thing that you can do is take a look at your ability to squat. So if you did a deep overhead squat, looking like this, or from the side, it would look like this. Okay? In order to get down like that, you need to have good mobility at your ankle, your knee, and your hip, amongst other things, and the ability to control that movement. So if you find in this position, when you come down into a squat, if you notice your knees start to dive inward, rather than stay in line with your toes, with your second toe, it might indicate that your glute muscles are a little weak, okay? You should be able to keep that knee tracking over your toe and not have it go inward. That's for a top-down position. From the bottom up, if you don't have good ankle mobility, so if you get into a half-kneel position like this, you should be able to take your knee and translate past your toe about 3 to 4 inches with your heel staying on the ground, okay? If you don't have that good mobility in your ankle, your body's going to seek that mobility somewhere up, further up the kinetic chain, and that's the knee. The knee, for the most part, wants to flex and extend. It doesn't want to do a whole lot of rotation. So, another thing that you should look for is your quad length, your quadriceps muscle, which is in the front of your thigh. So if you lie down on the surface here, you should be able to bring your heel and get it pretty close to your butt with a little overpressure without your pelvis popping off the surface, okay? If you can do that, that means you have fairly decent quadriceps length, okay? You want to check both sides. You know, a lot of people who are sitting all day tend to get tight in the hip flexors, get tight in the quadriceps. So, a couple of things. If you notice that you have an immobility in the ankles, you can do a runner stretch, and that looks like pressing up against the wall, keeping your heel on the ground. Okay, you can stretch out the Achilles and the heel cord and get good dorsiflexion into the ankle. If you notice on the deep overhead squat, your knees starting to dive inward a little bit, chances are that you have some weakened gluteal muscles because you're sitting on them most of the day. Okay, so a very simple exercise that you can work on is called a glute bridge, and it looks like this. If you lie down, get your feet positioned like this, and if you just extend your hips into the air, make yourself straight from the trunk through the legs, hold it for a good 5-second squeeze, and then go down. That's a good way to start to train your glute muscles, okay? So a couple of quick screens, quad length, deep squat, and ankle mobility. Check it out. If you notice that you have deficits in any one of those areas, something to consider, try to work on to keep your knees healthy for the season. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot me an email or give me a phone call, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Plenty of other exercises to work on. This is the very basic. So take a look, and good luck to you. I'll see you out on the courts in a week. Take care.